The spirit of Martin Luther King is just interwoven through the entire chorus. If you just look at it, it's not all black people. And that within itself is amazing, because if you look at the span of where we have come from just since his assassination, and you look at the diversity of the choir, that within itself is an example of what he wanted.
Well, the community is from different religious affiliations, different churches, different backgrounds, and it's just whosoever will, let him come. If you enjoy singing, if you enjoy social justice, if you enjoy the movement, if you enjoy history, or if you just love to be around like-minded people and want to learn something about those components, then this is the place for you. We would love to have you.
Anybody from this community is welcome to come and learn all types of music. And the legacy is I'm going to try to bring in somebody right behind me that can sit in my seat when I get tired. And it's a learning village around here. And so that's what makes it exciting to be a part of this choir, because it represents such a special man to the African-American community, and the fact that they respect and memorialize him every year is just wonderful.
Well, you know, the diversity is wonderful because we come from all backgrounds. But like I said, we're all one. There's one God, one faith, one baptism.
A lot of the singers, the ages ranged, like from 30 to almost 100. A lot of them have met Dr. Martin Luther King. He would visit, and I said, well, Phyllis, did you really meet Dr. King? She said, yes, and he ate fried chicken at our house. So that's the kind of connection.
I actually first got involved with my mother. My mother actually sang in the very first chorus that was created with Alvin Parrish many, many years ago.
My daughter is in it, and she encouraged me to come.
I was a junior usher at Corey United Methodist Church, and when Martin Luther King when he got assassinated, the first service they held with the Cleveland Orchestra was there. I'm a type of person that's like to be involved.
We had, over the years, many family members that joined and sang.
I've been a member of the chorus, probably pushing 40 years.
This is actually my third year.
Also my third year.
So I've been with the Martin Luther King Choir ever since like 1989, So I've been there really almost from the beginning. This is my father, Dr. John T. Whedon. But Dr. King had come here, the ministers brought him here to do a voters registration drive. Dr. Martin Luther King came to our house, and my mom fixed chicken for him. All preachers like chicken, so.
I grew up singing in this choir as a little child, and I remember us singing at Corey United Methodist Church because that's where the concerts originated at. And the choir was so large, and the church was so old that you could literally feel the balcony shake and bounce as the choir sang. And that was one of the memories of singing with the orchestra and the Martin Luther King Celebration Chorus. And I couldn't let it go as a child.
I remember as a kid, we used to get to come to Service Hall to see the Cleveland Orchestra, and we would get dressed up and come here. And for me to have the opportunity to sing with the Cleveland Orchestra front and center on the stage was like mind-blowing. It's just a wonderful entity in our community. They really respect the residents and try to make themselves accessible, and that's beautiful.
The relationship with the Cleveland Orchestra has been one of making sure that the community of Cleveland and the surrounding areas is aware that this orchestra is for everybody. That's been one of the things that has set them apart from any other orchestra in the country. The Cleveland Orchestra was the very first orchestra to have an African-American play with them. And the role with that, as far as Martin Luther King, is keeping that alive, keeping that going. And I have to say kudos to the administration for doing that for so many years.
They are just like a part of the choir. They get in the groove with us a little bit. They feel our vibe. We feel theirs. And it's just wonderful the times that we spend together.
And both of us being lovers of music and very eclectic, no other place do we get to sing with a group like that. It's just amazing.
When you get a chance to realize that they really are one of the best. It gives you such a greater appreciation for the Cleveland Orchestra because you realize what a global standard they really are.
It gives us a sense of purpose. It reminds me of what we went through back in those days. In singing some of the songs, We Shall Overcome, it just brings back memories of the marches and just everything that we went through in order to gain the opportunity to vote.
To see the participation and the anticipation of the audience, to feel their energy and know the social significance that it brings and that it bears as well, and know that the community enjoys it, and each year it just grows and grows because I see a different dynamic of people that come and even see their children. So now the children bring their children. So it's a family experience and it's wonderful.
All of that togetherness and all of that unity comes through musically. And so I believe that is a great testament of how Martin Luther King wanted the country, as he saw it at the time, to be able to come together and unite. It may not be that we agree about everything, but what we can agree on and what we can do together musically, let's start there and go further.